Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to 2024. I have had 2 weeks off work and I have to say it feels amazing, but I'm really pleased to be back, and my first video I'm starting off with this year is an evening routine. I thought I would start off with this video because the kids have just gone back to school and I'd show you us getting back into the swing of getting the kids to bed a little bit earlier now that they are back at school and trying to get everything into line again. My evening routine, I would say, starts when the kids get back from school and dinner. Because they always have clubs after school, we do eat quite early in this household. We eat anywhere between kind of like 4:30 and 6. And tonight, Jamie has football, which he needs to leave for at 5:45. Tonight, we are having a HelloFresh meal. Whenever it comes to January, I do like to... I like to try and be a little bit, we don't do veganuary or anything like that, but I do like to introduce more veggie meals into our diet. And I feel like this is a really good way to do it. HelloFresh have loads and loads of veggie options. They have like over 44 different recipes weekly that you can choose from, and they get delivered to your front door, which is so very convenient, saves you time shopping, also saves you money because I've got a very good discount code for you guys to use. But also it just gives you inspiration because Chris can be quite fussy with veggie meals. He feels like if he doesn't have meat in a meal, then it's not a proper meal. I couldn't disagree more. And now that he has been having lots of veggie meals with HelloFresh, he has changed his tune. So this one, I actually had this last year as well, and it was so good. So when I saw it back on the menu to choose, I decided to go for it again. The kids absolutely loved it. It is a souvlaki inspired honey cheese flatbreads. So I cannot wait to share that recipe with you. But if you look on screen now, you will see my discount code here, and that will give you 60% off your first box with HelloFresh, and then 20% off your next 2 months worth of HelloFresh boxes. So it really has you covered until March. Before I get started with cooking this, I actually want to show you how your HelloFresh arrives. It's really convenient, like I said, because it all comes perfectly portioned in these little bags. So we get 3 meals every week for 4 people. I had to show you this one. This is another veggie meal that we chose. Indian inspired sagaloo pie. We had this last week. It was unbelievable. Honestly, it was just delicious. So as you can see here, every card comes with a number which then corresponds with the number of the bag. So when you are ready to say cook this meal, go into your fridge, find the corresponding bag, pull it out, and all your ingredients are in here. The great thing about this is that it's all portioned for the amount of people you are cooking for, so there is no waste with this. If you look on screen now, you will see that I have popped a little QR code on there so that if you do want to order this, you can just hold your phone with the camera open up on the QR code, scan it, and it will take you over to the HelloFresh website with my discount already applied as well, so you don't even have to put it in at checkout. And then you can just go through and choose any recipe that you fancy. They also have loads of quick cook meals which are ready in 15 minutes, or they have low calorie meals. Whatever you fancy, HelloFresh have got you covered. Right, so here are all the ingredients laid out for this meal. So in a few moments, this will hopefully look like this. So what I've got here is some salad. I have already mixed up some butter, and then I've got 2 cloves of garlic in there. Then I have got 2 lots of the halloumi cheese. I've got naan breads. In here I have just diced up a red onion and some tomato, and then I've put their red wine vinegar in here as well, and that's going to make it really nice and pickled. I put a little bit of sugar in there as well. And then in here we have got mayonnaise and some sriracha mix that I'll just mix together, but I wanted to show you them separate. And then I have got the potatoes that I've just cut up into chip shapes as well. I've put a little bit of oil on there and a bit of salt, and I'm going to cook these in the air fryer. While the chips are cooking, I will then just simply follow each step. But as I've kind of prepped everything in advance, I can sort of skip these 2 next steps. I'll go straight on to cooking my cheese. I'm just going to pan fry that in a little bit of oil, and then drizzle a little bit of honey on the top as well. While everything is cooking, I'll also just keep mixing my onion and tomato mix. You just want to make sure that everything is really well coated with the red wine vinegar so that it pickles really nicely. When there's about 5 minutes to go, I will smother the naan bread with some of this garlic butter, pop it into the oven for literally 3 minutes just so it warms through. And then when those come out, I will then start constructing. So I'll have the garlic naan bread on the bottom. Then I'm going to put on some of my pickled onions and tomatoes. Then I'll put some of my lettuce down, then my halloumi, followed by a delicious drizzle of my mayonnaise and sriracha mix. And then all that's left to do is simply enjoy. This is such a good meal, and it is a really, really delicious one to have as a veggie option during January. So once dinner is finished, then we get straight on into the rest of the things we need to do. So as Jamie has football this evening, him and Chris go out for about 2 hours now. And during that 2 hours, Rory actually has his tutor. We use Go Student, which is like an online tutoring service. The boys have one tutoring session each week, and they alternate between maths and English. So Rory has his this evening, and he is doing maths. So while he is upstairs in his bedroom for 50 minutes, I am just going to fold up the washing that has been drying overnight. What I always do is I put on a load in the morning and then I hang it up in the evening. But I first of all fold up the washing that was hung out the previous evening because it's now nice and dry. We do have a tumble dryer, but I feel like it's so expensive to use that if I hang a wash out the night before, then by the time it's ready to hang out my new load, the old load is dry. So once I've folded up the dry washing, I will then hang out the washing that I put on that morning, and I'll get any washing ready for the next morning as well. I then take all of the clean clothes upstairs, and I have sectioned them out into Rory's clothes, my clothes, Jamie's clothes and Chris's clothes, and I'll just pop everyone's clothes onto their beds, and it's their responsibility to then put them away and keep their bedrooms nice and tidy. So while Rory is still having his tutoring, I am just going to quickly take Lulu around the block. I feel really guilty because I hadn't taken her out today, so instead of giving her no walk at all, I thought I would just let her go around the block, have a few sniffs of some grass, and it was pretty chilly, so I am bundled up really nice and warm. By the time I get home, it is now 6 o'clock, and my favorite thing to do is to get in my jammies really nice and early. So I will just have a quick shower, and then I have this amazing duvet-like dressing gown that I like to pop on before I get on with my skincare routine. I don't have a very complex skincare routine at all. I bought these little capsules that were from Beauty Pie, and I'm really loving them. It's almost like a serum that you open each capsule and then you pop it on your face, and then you follow it up by just using your normal night cream as well. I've been using this Weleda night cream. I use their day cream as well, and I really, really love it. I feel like my skin has been quite good, touch wood, for a while now, and I think it's because I'm actually putting a bit more effort into my skincare routine. So by this time, I am now ready to come downstairs, and then I just start tidying up the rest of the house. So we did actually clean up a little bit after dinner, so I'm just going to do the final bits before cleaning down the island surface and popping on the dishwasher. This time Jamie and Chris have now got back from football, so Jamie might have a little snack and then he will just head straight on upstairs for a shower and to get in his jammies. By this time I am now just on to hoovering and mopping the floor. I just like to kind of spot clean here because We do big blitzes at our house, like once a week or once every other week. But when it comes to me cooking or anything like that, there's always bits that land on the floor. So I'll just go around, give everything a nice hoover, and then I'll get the mop, and I just really kind of focus on around the island where I'm mopping. After I have done that, I then like to create the ambiance. I do that by turning off most of the lights in our home and then just popping on our island lights, and then I make myself a boiling water. So by this time it is now 9 o'clock, so I'll just head on upstairs, say goodnight to the boys, and they then go to bed between sort of 9 and half 9, and then I'll come downstairs and Chris and I will watch a little something on telly together.
Go and do
just
wee-wees.
before we're ready to go to bed, we'll always put Lulu
Chase
out
her down the
for her
stairs
final wee.
sometimes. Go and do wee-wees. Go. Good girl. Good girl. Go do wee-wees. That's it. Shame. Imagine having to come outside to do a wee. Good girl. She's on the grass now. She'll do one. Ooh. It's chilly. It's chilly. It's chilly.
And then finally, I just come on upstairs to bed with my hot water. And that is the end of our evening routine. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget about my HelloFresh discount code, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye.